Hello everyone, thank you for joining our webinar. Hope you are having a wonderful day so far. Let us put these 20 minutes to good use and see how we can streamline communication with physicians using multi-channel tools, including remote meetings, virtual libraries, webinars, virtual tours for successful engagement. My name is Vladimir.
And my name is Maria. So let's get started. Fast-moving pharma market pushes marketers to look for other ways to optimize reps' performance. And today we will consider which tool should pharma specialists implement first to meet physicians' needs, remote calls or webinars with key opinion leaders, e-learning campaigns, or just access to the virtual library.
Let's start with factual information. According to a physician survey, about 51% of the time pharma reps show information that doctors have already seen previously. For example, while researching the topic online by themselves. Internet has become quite a factor for medical workers. In fact, at least 88% use the web for information on pharma and biotech. Moreover, some of these resources actually influence their prescribing decisions, as admitted by 71% of respondents.
According to a recent study, physicians still prefer to get information about medical products from medreps. More than 56% of them consider that communication with medical representatives has a valuable educational role, as well as is a source of trustful information about drugs. But the question comes to the surface: how to stop bothering physicians with too many medreps visits while keeping their engagement and the centers of personalization of face-to-face meeting. Actually, that's the starting point for expanding traditional pharma-doctor interaction with the help of cutting-edge technology. Let's explore some statistics, which are based on physician preference. So, almost 75% of physicians found e-learning an easy way to acquire knowledge. 57% note higher efficiency of online education compared to traditional in-person trainings. And finally, 94% are going to continue such an experience.
According to the other research, physicians want to see richer content from pharma on HCP's websites instead of skimming through usual advertising and promotional stuff. And pharma companies should pay attention to physicians' pain points and build content and campaigns that help them rather than just follow the traditional plug-in product scheme. 70% of physicians agree with the statement. To gain my trust, it is crucial for pharma companies to provide me with educational resources rooted in scientific research. Pharma companies should strive to deliver high-quality education based on science to differentiate from competitors, ensure that content format and distribution match physicians' behavior and preferences.
On the other hand, pharma is pushing the trend that the number of busy healthcare professionals who are still willing to see visiting drug reps is down by 20%, with trends will further intensify as the matter of accessibility to physicians is becoming increasingly difficult, and the average duration of their meeting a doctor decreases extremely to just 5–10 minutes. Today physicians more often prefer remote calls versus face-to-face meeting. As you see on slide, a rep who have 8 calls per day spent 90% of his day just traveling and waiting. Remote communication allows to increase number of calls to 18 calls per day in average and save 50% of time.
In particular, pharma has a current technology gap in building communication with HCPs. Very often, head office simply doesn't hear the voice of medreps. Honestly, reps have never found a voice or seat on the table where decisions are being made about what and how they should be doing their jobs and building and maintaining customer relationships. Today, the reps are facing more barriers in managing their assigned traditional and digital territories. These barriers lead to missed opportunities and lower effectiveness in driving impactful HCP relationships and business outcomes. According to the Healthcare Rep Survey 2017 research, Reps also report that the capabilities they need to overcome these barriers not only include specific fixes and functionalities in the apps they use, for example CRM, CFA, but also involve streamlined content and expanded support from their marketing teams based of their regional or global headquarters. Only 13% of medical reps use the necessary tools to remotely engage an HCP in a conversation via triggered emails, recommended content, or a remote meeting technology.
So, which steps should pharma follow to meet its customers' needs? First of all, pharma marketers should think about building high-quality cross-functional content strategy to adapt content of various types according to HCP's preferred channel of communication, like email, e-detailing during face-to-face meeting, and e-detailing for online learning, etc. The complex of online communication includes a set of tools, which pharma companies can combine in different ways. This includes primarily email communication or self-detailing or remote calls, as well as a lot of other tools like web conferences, roundtables, virtual libraries, 3D presentation, and so on and so forth. Also, in high priority is using virtual and augmented reality, which allows to interact and study all human systems from the inside and explore of a different scheme of treatment. Nowadays, a lot of these tools are available for you to improve your partnership with physicians.
So, let's get a closer look to every tool that pharma should include into its 2018 strategy. Before we tell how to build a thoughtful and forward-looking content strategy, let's consider some factual information on which problems pharma is facing in when creating and adapting content. Last research provided by Accenture revealed life science marketers and challenged by content overload, and the problem is growing. As the volume of content grows every day, it becomes increasingly important for marketers to determine exactly what quantity will be optimal for their company. 81% of marketers say their organization is producing a moderate to enormous amount of digital content and assets, and 83% of the respondents believe that this number will continue to increase rapidly within 2 years. Another problem is that pharma companies have no documented strategy and clear understandable procedure how to create and manage huge amount of digital content. Pharma should find a way how to automate content creation and distribution processes across the channels, adapt global brand strategy to the local markets, and be very operative and fast when some changes are required.
And the solution is pharma should implement content template standards. With this approach at hand, you'd be investing solely into templates that can be reused an unlimited amount of times and be easily altered to suit different channels, saving the expense for new projects. Moreover, you can effortlessly comply with your brand strategy. By using content templates approach, pharma gets the following benefits: assets creation based on one development standard according to a global brand strategy, easy and flexible adaptation and reuse across all channels such as email, e-detailing for face-to-face or remote meetings, interactive content for web resources, and self-detailing. And also flexible KPIs customization to any communication channel. As a result, you don't invest twice in developing new digital assets. You just reuse prepared templates. Finally, you get budget optimization and an exponential decrease in investment on content development throughout the year.
Before we discuss the next tool that pharma should implement into marketing strategy, let us have a quick look at some statistical data. 51% of physicians indicated that e-details is somewhat very or extremely important in keeping them abreast of medical developments and production information, and 85% of them say they would be willing to try new technology, such as virtual service to access sales reps. With the introduction of remote detailing, pharma can schedule visits with physicians online whenever it is convenient for them, while keeping track of the efficiency of each remote call by measuring call duration, engagement, and retention rates for every presentation and every single slide.
So which type of remote communication should be included in this year's marketing strategy? Self-detailing is first in the list. This method is based on sharing the link to interactive presentation with HCPs for self-study. The doctor can view the presentation at any convenient time, but keep in mind the quality of your presentation, as the physician will have to study materials independently without accompanying explanation of a rep. In order to attract more attention, add more of the interactive elements to presentation. For capturing feedback, put easy questionnaires and easy navigation between the slides. Another type of remote communication is providing a possibility to conduct online calls with reps. During a remote call session, physicians have an opportunity to ask reps or key opinion leaders drug-related questions and request more details about sensible areas. With remote call service, you can empower team performance to expand their area reach and meeting duration up until 20 minutes, as well as to increase the average number of meetings and calls per day. And above all, due to automated analysis of physician engagement during the whole presentation, as well as separate slides, you will be able to provide your audience with the information they are genuinely interested in, rather than continue following the commercialized message trail. And this decision has a truly good influence on prescription rates.
Next tool on our agenda is aimed to generate more interest into your brand via providing webinars and web conferences for the groups of HCPs. According to Manhattan Research, physicians are more interested in viewing self-directed programs led by key opinion leaders, fans, and led by a pharma medical science liaison. Thanks to the statistics that are generated from every remote call session, you can analyze the topic that would be of the most interest for physicians, and this way provide a regular cycle of webinars to support the interest to your brand. Webinars open the possibility to discuss hot topics with key opinion leaders and, most importantly, share the experience, discuss the methods of treatment by the use of your drugs.
So the question is why webinars and web conferences became so popular. Physicians have limited time and possibilities to attend all professional events and therefore request mobile technology to explore medical innovation. A leading-edge remote platform enables to connect with physicians from any region at any time. Moreover, for some reason the physician have to skip the conference or a roundtable with key opinion leaders, they get the possibilities to request the webinar recording and examine this topic at the time convenient for them. So pharma should implement webinar, virtual congresses, roundtables to engage with physicians and increase the number of loyal customers.
As we have discussed previously, HCPs like the idea of remote communication more and more these days. There is a rationale to that. Such kind of getting useful information about medicine unties doctors' hands in terms of time. For a simple reason, they can go to online portals with ton of relevant data whenever it is convenient for them, and that won't impact their work schedule. More than 70% of healthcare practitioners look to the internet when they need to know something. There is journals, research sites, branded pharma sites, and there is the towering figure of medical community they respect. However, these sites cannot yet provide a full spectrum of proprietary clinical insight. There is no unique collective resource available where physicians would be able to find and study all information they need. That's why They should be able to search information using different resources. But pharma can change the game by starting to provide quality web educational services, and it is a window of opportunity for pharma to engage with physicians.
So what we recommend in this case? Implement virtual libraries or classroom. It's a unique mix of digital technology based on one web portal where physicians can explore different types of materials in interactive format, such you can publish the most important material to the virtual library in order to meet your physician's requests. According to the latest studies, physicians wish to be able to explore recent clinical research, methodology, or dosage and calculation of medicine, see the difference between competitive products, find case studies of treatment for patients with various symptoms. In such a way, physicians are able to train at any place and any time, omitting the annoying advertisement which often divert attention on professional portals.
Now, let's consider some points why pharma should include virtual or augmented reality in brand promotion strategies. A study shows that healthcare doesn't want to lag behind the other industries and is actively adopting VR, namely into diagnostics, rehabilitation, treatment, and training. Study claims 96% of physicians agree that VR engagement can be more valuable than websites and other clinical tools used for patient education. In 2018, as healthcare marketers concentrate on delivering a massive, individualized patient experiences, we expect we expect that VR will take hold at the point of care.
Let's explore the ways in which pharma companies utilize VR for multiple purposes. First and foremost, these technologies are used to train the physicians. It helps to have a closer look at human anatomy by suggesting true-to-life 3D medical illustration that gives a better understanding of how all the systems operate. So you create immersive environment where your audience can interact with your drugs at the molecular level. Secondly, wearables can drive patient education to new levels by allowing them to visually experience how the drug can help them. Patients can see how the drug works in 3D in front of their eyes instead of just reading long description of the bottle. Also, brands started to invest in VR for innovative drugs promotion. Virtual and augmented realities enable innovative drugs promotion by, for instance, presenting its mechanism of action. And finally, one of the studies shows that congresses where VR has been used have seen an increase in stand visits, website hit rates, doctors' engagements, and time spent at stands.
Now, let's discuss how virtual reality can increase numbers of visitors of your stand. Explore the following example. One of the brands has developed a detailed virtual reality tour demonstrating the impact of tumors and the potential for their treatment. The goal was to present VR experience which would let a professional go inside the lung and see how those tumors impinge on central airways, why they are aggressive and hard to treat, and how they impact daily life. When the VR experience was launched at a practitioner congress, the brand hoped to draw at best 1,500 users. By the time the congress closed, more than 3,500 professionals had tried the simulation, 98% of whom stayed in the experience to the end. So, congresses where VR has been used have seen an increase in stand visits, website hit rates, doctors' engagement, and time spent in stands.
So let's clarify what is the difference between VR and AR technologies. Virtual reality is used to train the physicians via 3600-degree video. This enables to tell the story of patient journey through scientifically accurate, deep visualization of condition and disease states as well as demonstrate the implementation of different methods of therapies, medicine combinations, and result estimation. With AR, you can create immersive environments where your audience can not simply watch, but also interact with your drugs at the molecular level and integrate the data in 3D world. As there is a lot of confusion around VR and AR, let's make it clear right away again. AR differs from VR in two very important ways. The user of AR don't lose touch with reality, while AR puts information into eyesight as fast as possible. And what its benefits of AR technology? There is no need to allocate expenses for any kind of special virtual accessories because this app enables the doctors to engage with the content in virtual space by simply using a tablet or smartphone. All you need is to scan the QR code. Let's see some example. Video of augmented reality demo app created for iOS and Android platform. The augmented reality content is showing an interactive heart and explaining the cases of heart attack through animation. This kind of apps can be used to teach people in medical field. Using cutting-edge technologies, we can create immersive 3D learning experience for all categories. So here are the video.
Thank you for your attention. Hope you have enjoyed our webinar.
If you are willing to implement any of the tools we've discussed above, it's your lucky day because we have a special offer for you.
Order content templates and platform for remote visits until the 20th of December and get AR app platform for free.
If you are interested and want to see it in action, please contact us via email you can see on the screen.
Thank you. Have a great evening.